Hello, Christy. Thank you for inviting me for the interview.
No, thank you for being here. Really, it has been a great honor to have you, Jason. How about you start introducing yourself to all the audience here?
Yeah, of course. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Jason Lee. I am the Director of Business Development for CCL. I've been with CCL for almost 7.5 years now. And this is actually my first job in the logistic industry. Previously, I've worked in shipbuilding industry and construction. My only experience with logistics was I've helped with my previous company with some of their sea containers coming into, so that was when I was in East Timor. And then I was only facilitating the process. In East Timor, I think the customs clearance process is very, they're probably still in dinosaur period. And basically the customs broker has to go into this room where they have a computer, so they manually key in everything. So that's kind of my first-hand experience with the customs clearance. And then when I joined CCL 7 years ago, it's actually a good time to join the company because that's exactly when the e-commerce starts to boom, especially the cross-border e-commerce from China to the rest of the world, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sort of started as the business development manager and then worked my way up to the position now. And then I've got a team about 10 people, some of them based in China, and most of them based in the UK. So
that's awesome. Thank you, Jason. It's very interesting to hear about e-commerce, and the reason why we're having you here as well, you are representing the e-commerce part of our network as well. So do you mind telling us more about the CCL, because you just mentioned quickly about they're doing custom clearance and so on. So can you give us a little bit more specifically about what CCL does and what benefits and so on? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. CCL has always been known as a market-leading gateway logistics provider. And we handle all aspects of importation, exportation, gateway customs clearance and compliance, warehousing, break bulk and onward delivery. So our customer base, they're mostly shipping company, international shipping companies, consolidators, and also all the delivery companies that's doing the international logistics. So we help our customers do the customs declaration and help them with customs compliance, because it's very different. E-commerce is very different to, for example, the general cargo. There's lots more involved in terms of, for example, how to make your data compliant and whether the business is compliant in itself. So there's many aspects. And also we do not just the clearance plus the onward delivery to home, but also we handle their returns as well. So our warehouse can be used as a return address for most of the international e-commerce business. And we can receive their returns and then help them process and either return to origin, or we help them even get the import back and duty back from customs. So we call it duty. Duty withdrawal. Yeah. I think in 2016 CCL has, because we know that the Brexit will happen. So from that point, CCL has been preparing for the Brexit, because London used to be the hub, the transit hub for the whole of the EU countries. So everything comes into London, and then we forward it to Amsterdam or anywhere in the Europe. But after Brexit, that obviously cannot be the case, because the goods has to go into the Eurozone directly. Otherwise, it will be double taxed. That's why from 2016 we have sort of found another traditional freight forwarder. Actually, they never used to handle any e-commerce business. We kind of hold them hand in hand, teach them how to do it, and they use our systems. And also we have to communicate with the Dutch customs as well, show them what we do here in the UK, demonstrate how compliant we are and how legitimate our business is, basically, because the Dutch customs, they don't know anything about e-commerce because they don't used to handle them. Yeah, so after around 2 years, I think now it's called YCC. Well, the company we are cooperating is called YCC, and now they are probably 3 times as big as CCL. So yeah, so they have been very, very successful, and of course we're very happy to see that as well. And we're happy to. Yeah, sorry. We're happy to also help our customers because they do not have the trouble of what do we do with our European goods.
Yeah, that's really good, Jason. And actually, that's in line with my next question. I think you already shared a little bit about it. I really want you to share with us the stories with your experiences that help other e-commerce specialists with their business growth. I mean, you just shared a very good story that how you helped another company build up from 1 to 3 times bigger. Do you have anything that you want to share to anyone who's actually very interested in growing e-commerce business out there? Yeah, thank you, Jason.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I think a lot of traditional freight forwarders, they are probably very interested in e-commerce, but at the same time they are worried that, they don't, because they have no clue, they don't know what to do. But actually, I think the most important thing is that you need to, for me, you need to have the IT system in place, because that is like very essential to process the amount of data that's involved in e-commerce, especially for B2C goods. Even like FBA is also part of it. If you want to digitalize the process, that the system is very, very important. And luckily, CCL has our own in-house development system to process the amount of data. I don't know. We had a record of I think 34 million parcels per year that's being processed from CCL. So yes, you've got to have a very strong IT team, but I think CCL has helped YCC, and also we have helped a company in Canada called FB Canada, and also the even our own group company Lennox France. They all use this system to handle the B2C volume, and also now actually YCC is part of our group as well. Yeah, so I think system is number one, but also the customs compliance. You've got to have that knowledge around e-commerce and what the customers wanted from you, the kind of paperwork and the process, the right process. And then you just need to, I think another important factor is that you've got to have the right team, the people that have the right mindset to be with you, because otherwise, a lot of people, they are afraid of this new concept, which is not new anymore, but still many people, traditional freight forwarders, if they have never been in this area, they would be saying, oh, e-commerce is just simply too much trouble. But if you know what to do, then it's not trouble anymore, right? You just need to learn. So you've got to have the people who are not afraid of learning something new, and you've always got to stay motivated and have a very open mind. Have a very open mind. Be creative in your ways. So yeah, I guess those are the important factors to get to role in the e-commerce world, really. And also for I just want to point out, for the traditional e-commerce freight forwarders, FBA goods is actually very close to what we do for general cargo. So but it's slightly more complicated, but that's something I think they can start with.
Thank you so much, Jason. I think you're right. Troubles are their opportunities, and if it's too easy, everybody can do it. And I think with your experience, it shows that as long as you're willing to deal with it, nothing's impossible. And thank you so much for sharing that everything without hesitation. And as a part of the I'm the owner of this network, really so honored to have you guys as part of this network. So the last question is kind of aligned with what you just answered, but it's more focused on, can you share some key points about your success? I mean, the business success to like the younger generation who are just into this industry, logistic and e-commerce, and also to the, like you said, the traditional freight forwarders who are still hesitating. What are the keys that you want to quickly let them know to encourage them? Yeah, thank you.
Well, first of all, personally, I wouldn't use the word success to describe what's being achieved, but I think it's success sounds like an ending, but I always believe it's a process, and it's a never-ending process. You just have got to keep learning, because in this e-commerce world, it's evolving every single day. So and also from a government point of view, they've got new policies and new rules coming out every once a while, and the IT system is updating, so everything is changing. So I would say keeping up to date with everything is the ultimate skill you need to learn. And in terms of suggestions, I would say for young people especially, if they are interested in e-commerce, interested in how the world is evolving, they should really look into this area and be very interested, and it's very hard not to be very interested in this area, because you've got to, things are changing. You've got a new thing to learn every single day. So once you are in this industry, I think it can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning. So I would say just stay very humble, stay motivated, and start to learn everything. Because when I started, I just knew nothing about it. But it seems like this industry, you don't need a lot to start, but at the same time, it's very, very specialized. You need to develop that knowledge. So I guess, yes, just no matter what you're doing, whether it's very operational and you seem to do a lot of hands-on stuff, but I think you need to stick around. You will get there one day. But for business who wants to start e-commerce, I would say everything starts with one. So you just need one case, and just no matter how big or how small it is, just stay with that one case and learn everything. You will learn everything from that one case, and then I think everything will spread out and it will grow organically.
Very good, Jason. Thank you so much. Just to conclude what you said, I agree with you. It's the same to freight forwarding or the other logistic work. It's very easy to get in, but it's very hard for you to go out because you enjoy it too much. And the challenge actually brings you joy if you know, like you said, if you keep teachable and humble and willing to solve the new problems every day. And it is a very interesting interesting industry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I've been there for 7 years. It's almost too long.
Probably another 10 years. Oh, sorry.
10
times.
Probably another.
No, 10 times. I mean, 10 times 7. It never ends.
Yeah, but definitely worth it.
Yeah.